Grok 4.6 just released, and it is no longer a two-man race on the way to AGI. So today, I was looking forward to seeing Alibaba drop Qwen 3.8 27B. What we ended up getting, of course, though, was the big 3.8 Max model that was a 2.4 terabyte, or my bad, trillion. I caught myself, I knew it, a trillion, 2.4 trillion parameter model, which me and about 90% of the population cannot run. But with that said, we did have news of Grok 4.6, and we got some news on DeepSeek V4 Pro as well that we might follow up later on, dropping a video on today, or we might drop a video tomorrow on it. But right now, my focus has been on Grok 4.6. We know that Grok 4.5 was a big time jump for the actual, model itself, and 4.6 not as big as 4.3 to 5, but it's pretty obvious why. It's a 0.1 jump, but it does put Grok back in the forefront of frontier state-of-the-art models and competing head-to-head with Anthropic and OpenAI. And there is a lot of things about Grok 2 that you could put head-to-head, task for task, pound for pound, and see that it does beat these models in some of those head-to-head overall components. Looking at the benchmark of the artificial intelligence, it jumped from 56 to 61, where it's tied with Sol Max right now and right behind Fable 5. Then you got it beating out on the GDP. On Cursor, it's right behind Fable. Deep SWE, you got it like in third place for the most part, or I guess, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit above high, and you could definitely see some big time advances from this model from its predecessor as well. Apex Agents 57, it's pretty much on par with a lot of these models, and then just lacking right behind Fable 5, which is still leading the charge in my humble opinion. And something that I was on Opus 5. I've kind of reverted back to Fable 5 at this point because it still tends to be the better model, even though Opus supposedly was beating it on certain benchmarks, right? But overall, it's a very good just addition. Also, I think Grok dropped their image 2. It's been rolled out, which is a whole nother thing as well, which we'll talk a little bit about that in this video later on, because I want to show you guys like one of the automations I got built out with Grok and some other automations built out with Grok as well. But 4.6 is faster than comparable models and can handle much more challenging tasks than Grok 4.5. It's half the price of other frontier models at $2 a million input and $6 a million output. And it's available now in Grok Build, Cursor, Grokbot, and the API. So we're using it right now on Grok Build, which we'll show you in a little bit as well. And I'm guessing this is showing like who's the winners of everything. So it's only winning in 3 columns out of the rest. But that's fine. We're not here to try to always compete. Everything has its purpose, and there's one purpose about Grok that is phenomenal in my humble opinion, and that's of course X, which we'll get to. But that was what was going on. I know that Elon Musk also mentioned the whole price and how affordable it is, how comparable it is, I guess, on the price side. And I'm gonna see if I can find it because Elon likes to he's pretty active. But everybody's been talking about this today. Let me see. This is what he's saying. So yeah, Grok has arguably the highest intelligence per dollar. This is insanely important metric. So this is what we're talking about. So when you put it on scale, which it is currently tied with GPT-5.6 Sol head to head, it's still cheaper than 5.6 as well. So it's coming in around 40 cents cheaper than that. And then Fable 5, which is coming in at 1 point above, and then Opus that's coming at 2 points above. You at this point though are talking about a whole nother $2, or yeah, a whole nother $2 almost. And then for Fable, you're looking at $2 in total. Like basically what it's showing me here is pound for pound, money wise and value into the actual intelligence. Grok 4.6 is doing a great job alongside with it. Now from the artificial analysis, you can see obviously the jump of the model itself. This is from the briefcase, but actually let's go here because it could show you. I want to see, where was it at? Here it goes. So it went from 56 to 61. So you got to remember also that when this model released, this model was at the top of Frontier at that point in time as well. It dropped and then Sonnet, I think, came after, and then you had 5.6 drop, and then you had Opus drop. But like at the time of it actually releasing, I want to say that this is when like 4.7 was around and all that. So Grok had came in and was still at the top at that time, but then literally right when that happened, you had GPT come in, and then Opus come in, and then you had, of course, Quinn come in, and everything started just to move further, and it looked like it was like a little wimp, but it wasn't. When it released, it was top tier, and now we have the update of 4.6, it's back top tier once again. So I do want to say that Grok is at the point now where it is, I mean, it was state-of-the-art frontier in my opinion, and it's there now at this point. It's just all about the release schedule of things. Obviously, Grok just dropped. It's at 61 4.6. Last month, we had 5.6 release, and then recently we had Opus 5 release. So, you know, more than likely in August, they just dropped 4.6. More than likely in August, we're going to get a GPT 5.7 and then get an Opus 5.1 or a Fable 5.1, which is then going to push the needle again once we continuously see that over and over. GLM 5.3 will release, which will probably push it over up to maybe 60, something like that. Then Kimi K1. It's just over and over. At this point, we are pretty normal and like just accepting the fact that every single month, these models from Minimax, DeepSeek, Muse, GPT-5, GLM, Grok, Opus, or Claude, they're pretty much dropping models every single month. The people that aren't really dropping at this point is kind of been slowed down. Nematron, even though they're dropping little models, but they haven't dropped like Nematron Ultra. We haven't seen Mimo come back into the game. We haven't seen Gemini really. Like they're dropping these flash models, but where is Pro, bro? Pro came and just bailed out. You feel me? Then another thing I'm thinking about who else is like kind of been quiet. Gemma too, a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing Gemma come back, you know, whether it's 4.5 or what, but I really want to see what Gemma is doing as well. But we did also, of course, get the release recently of Muse. Glimmer, we know Muse 1.2 is about to release open source, so we got a lot of stuff coming down in the forefront. But that all said, I think that Grok is now making its place, and I think that Grok may end up, like, I would not be surprised if Grok ends up being the best, I would say, model, man, come a year from now. It has the compute to do it. It has the most compute to do it, the power to do it. At this point, it's just a revolving door that you got to keep cycling over and over and over. And you got the most richest man in the world behind it. It's just a matter of time till it's already, I would say, caught up at this point, but surpassing, you know, being the leader of that. And even Elon has said has said that he says that it would be, you know, have been caught up at some point, and once it's gonna he's already like alleviated to it or said that it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Now, why would you want to use Grok? Obviously, first and foremost, Grok Build is phenomenal. Okay, I love Grok Build. The Grok Build is open source. It's a great way to use the app itself. I do use Grok though from an agentic standpoint. I'm gonna tell Grok to make us a voxel so we can see how that looks overall while we wait. And make sure y'all are following me over on Twitter at Tech2Wild, please. But with that said, the reason for having Grok in your stack at this point is because it is a great researcher. Now, not only is it that, but it's also, I would say, let's just take a look. I want to say like it is the fastest, at least it's saying it's 77 now. In my opinion, it's one of the fastest overall models out there. Okay. They saying Luna is faster and Terra is faster and Nematron is faster. I kind of beg to differ a little bit, but maybe I need to try those more. But when it comes to Grok, it just spits it out extremely fast. It does not feel like 78 tokens per second. It seems like one of the fastest overall models that I've used to date, especially even over ChatGPT. Don't get me wrong, GPT 5.6 is good as well, but I just don't feel like I don't feel like it's faster. Now, I haven't tried Muse Spark. Gemini 3.6 Flash is pretty fast as well because I've used Google Gemini, the website, and it does spew out things fast, but it's a very fast overall model, and it has the capability of access to Twitter. Having the capability of access to Twitter just gives you a ton of current, up-to-date research that you can utilize in your stack, especially if you're somebody like me that's in social media. It is probably one of the best to have an agent that's fully connected to Twitter, not utilizing any APIs, just directly built into it. And having something like Super Grok you're going to have an agent that has access to Twitter, okay? Fully having access to Twitter, can make videos, can make images, all three of those. ChatGPT, very good at making images, can't make videos. Like, I don't think I don't know. It was, of course, they had that Sora app that they just gave up on, but you have Grok that can make images, make those images become videos. You have text to videos, videos to image to videos. I don't know if they have reference to videos, but you have all this access to it through Grok, alongside with the Twitter overall research, alongside with the speed as well. It just has everything, and you can utilize the OAuth and plug it into a Hermes agent. So you can pretty much do everything with this app. This model is very, very versatile when compared to the other top 3 models coming out of Opus that cannot do that. I think Opus can make songs now or something, if people were saying, but Opus doesn't have that. 5.6 has, I would say, when I last checked at least, text to image leaderboard is still #1 right now. I would like to see where Grok lands, but this is, I guess, Grok now, but Grok 2 is on its way out. So you have that, which it makes some very, very good images in my humble opinion, even though it's not on par with OpenAI, which I think this has the best right now. And then let's go over to video. So we have Gemini Omni Flash, and then Minimax H3, phenomenal. Open weights, by the way. And Grok's down here. And Grok makes some pretty good videos too, with the subscribe. It's solid. Is it something that you can like really go off crazy on? I mean, maybe not, but I'm gonna show you where I make mine. So I started an overall loop project alongside with Opus 5 in Grok, where I have my Opus agent come up with a prompt, which he then pushes the prompt through OAuth to ChatGPT image 2, in which then he asks ChatGPT image 2 to make 4 to 5 images based upon a style that we're going after. Those 5 images come back to the agent. The agent then sends those off to Grok, and then Grok then animates those images. And then those images that are animated, once they're done, my agent then grabs those, stitches them together, and puts music behind it and posts it to Instagram. And this is done every single day. And I've been doing this for like maybe a couple weeks now, and I created an account and I left it alone, and it makes some phenomenal overall just videos, and it's actually getting some pretty good, I'm gonna have to put it over here. So it's actually getting some pretty good overall like feedback. Like, people are actually watching it. It's got 54 followers, and this is just what I do. I just kind of like a little fun thing I'm doing. 70 likes, 26. We got 2 comments, 17, 56, 20. I'll leave a link to the page down below. But it's just something that's being done automated all through, with Grok and Opus, and it's in a loop that's just done every single day. So like I seen a lot of these that music being played a lot on Instagram, and I kind of wanted to use that music, but then also go in like this fairy tale land and let the AI take over and kind of just create something out of it. And it definitely has made some like crazy overall just designs, and whatever's in the image or the thought process of the model itself is just making some pretty cool stuff. So I'll leave a link down below, but this is like something I've been doing. This is not like the main part of Grok I'm telling you to do, but this is just showcasing one of the things alongside with the imagery, or, and I can have Grok actually make these images in video, but I just like the way that ChatGPT's images come out more, and then allowing Grok to do that image to video animation alongside with it. So go and check that out as well. That's just something on the small side, right? But really this is the first day. I really wanted to put out the news that 4.6 is out. I'm going to be trying it out right now. We're still waiting on our voxel to be done, which I think is almost about to come up pretty soon and pop up. But I just think that this is some pretty big news for Grok, because it's going to continue to be a part of the big 3. And I have Super Grok. I went ahead and invested in it for the 3 months. I don't like the price point that they currently have. They have like a $300 and then like a 40. They need to get better tiers. I don't like that. I'm not going to pay $300 for Grok, Super Grok. They need to have like a $20. They need, like, ChatGPT has a good overall tier system, and even then, like, 300 is too much. You need 200, 100, and maybe like a 20 or 50 or something like that. I don't know, but you do get Grok also alongside with being verified and stuff on Twitter, so you could mess around with it beforehand within the app itself. But from an agentic standpoint, and even looking at it from that, it's right there. It's the #1 agentic model out there, tied with Opus 5. So You know, that should let you know right away. You know, Hermes, I don't know if they've done the update yet, but I'm pretty sure by the time you're watching this video, the update will be out where you can run this and try it with your actual agent. But I utilize a Hermes agent with Grok to get all information throughout the day, information with my Twitter account. I've been heavily pushing on Twitter with Tech Too Wild, so I utilize that just to, you know, I have it as like a, you know, a Twitter content creator manager, just keeping it on task of what's going on. You can find details about who's talking about you, what they're talking about, what people are following, what's working, what's not, statistics on specific videos. It has information about the specific thread. Like, it knows all the things that's going on Twitter. And I just feel like right now Twitter is the headlines of news in general. Let me see this. All right, so I think it just, all right, hold on. Wait. So we're gonna get this pop up. All right, here we go. Whoa, wow. It's kind of a little bit zoomed in too much, but I mean, it's pretty nice. I need to make this. Can we make it daytime? Let me see something. So lanterns. Oh, you turn pedals on, you turn pedals off. It looks clean. I just don't like this light. We're gonna turn the nighttime. We're gonna turn the daytime on though. Hey y'all, so we have it here. This is the daytime. Or my bad, the nighttime. Oh gosh. So I'm not gonna keep changing this up, but they gonna have to get their sun right. I don't know what kind of overcast this is. It's faded. It's like smoky. Yeah, it's like smoky. It's smoky because yeah, okay. So it's not bad. It's just smoky. So yeah, but I'm liking it. I'm just going to do some more tests though, guys. I just want to, you know, put out there the information that Grok 4.6 is there. If you have it, update it. You know, if you want to follow up on this one, definitely check it out. But definitely my eyes are going to be on Quinn 3.8 27B come Friday. We'll probably go live and deep dive into that one. So stay tuned. But yeah, Grok 4.6 is out, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace.